Hi guys, I'm Urmi and welcome back. Well, Navratri has come. The first color of these 9 days is orange. So I'm bringing to you this lovely orange look in collaboration with Swiss Beauty. Many of these products I've tried on for the first time. There are a few here and there that I absolutely love, and I'm going to show you all of that and more in this video. So if you want to know how I did this makeup look, then please keep on watching. In this video, I'm going to use the Glam Up Makeup Kit by Swiss Beauty, which has a mascara, 2 Hold Me Matte mini lipsticks, 1 eyeshadow palette, and 1 illuminating drops. But apart from this, I'm also going to use other products, so let's move on to primer. I'm using the Mattifying Makeup Primer, which is a silicone-based primer. This is perfect to cover up pores, so I'm going to focus it on my nose, chin, and under my eyes. Following this with the foundation, this is the Airbrush Finish Full Coverage Foundation. I'm using the shade 3. If you've seen my videos before, you know that I love this foundation. I'm using a dense brush to blend this out. This makes sure that all of the product is evenly distributed and there is no patchiness. Although this foundation is full coverage, it's also buildable. I'm going in with a beauty sponge just to make sure that I don't have any brush strokes on my face. This will also take away any extra product and prevent you from looking cakey. You can see the finish of this foundation. It's not too matte, not too dewy. I love it. Moving on to the liquid concealer by Swiss Beauty. This concealer is used by so many YouTubers and beauty bloggers. I'm going to use it under my eyes, on my nose, and around my mouth where I have hyperpigmentation and acne scars. Again, using a smaller dense brush to blend this out. Be sure to use tapping motions and don't swipe the product because you don't want to take the foundation out from underneath the concealer. Going in with the sponge again to make sure I don't have any streaks on my face. And that is the base all done. Let's move on to cream blush. This is the Cream and Tint blush in the shade Berrylicious. It's a highly pigmented, very easy to blend cream blush. As you can see, that's a lot of pigment in just one swipe. I'm using a somewhat fluffy, somewhat dense brush to blend this out. This is perfect because it does not move the base underneath and just focuses on blending the blush. A little bit on the nose as always, and using the same tint on my lips till it's time for lipstick. Moving on to liquid highlighter. This is the Swiss Beauty Drop In Glow Illuminating Drops. I'm just going to dot it 3-4 times on my cheeks and you can see how stunned I am. I really was stunned because this was the first time I was using this and I tried to blend it out with my finger, with my sponge, and the highlight did not go away. I was very impressed. Before I move on to powder products, I'm going to use the Makeup Fixer Spray by Swiss Beauty. This spray I've heard is quite nice. I'm again taking the beauty blender and making sure everything is very seamlessly blended out. This will give you that flawless base. Now it's time to set the face with the loose finishing powder. It does come with a sponge, but I prefer using a pizza puff like this one because it fits better under my eyes. So I'm picking up a little bit of this on the pizza puff, removing the excess on the back of my hand and focusing this under my eyes. And I'm not going to go all the way to the highlighter because I don't want that to be dulled down. I'm also setting the rest of the places where I don't have highlighter and I might look oily. This way the base is set but the highlighter is still intact. To complete my base, I'm going to use the Cheekaboo palette. It's such a fun name. And I'm going to go on with this almost like a contouring shade which I love. And I'm using it very carefully because it's quite pigmented as you can see. It's best to build the product as and when you go instead of like putting a lot of it on your face and then trying to take it off. I'm sure you can tell the difference between the contoured side and the bare side. From the same palette, I'm going to pick up this blush because it goes perfectly with my kurta. This is also very pigmented, so just use it very carefully. A little bit on the nose again and blending it out with the beauty blender. A few sprays of the makeup fixer again. This will ensure that your makeup lasts all day long, trust me. Then using a highlighter brush, I'm picking up the highlighter shade from the same palette and focusing it on the areas that we use the illuminating drops. I was quite stunned by all of the highlighting products that I use. Now that my base is all done, I'm going to do my eyebrows using the Swiss Beauty Micro Precision Eyebrow Pencil. It has this triangular pencil on one end and a spoolie on the other end. For eyeshadow, I'm going to use both the palettes that I have today. One is a nude one and one is an orange toned one, making sure I don't have any creases on my eyelids before we begin. And picking up a cream eyeshadow from the orange palette. I picked this up on a fluffy brush and I'm going to spread it all across my eyelids so that there's no creasing. Moving on to the other palette and picking up this light brown shade, I'm going to focus it on the outer V of my eye. Once I'm done placing the product, I'm going to use the same brush to blend it out a little bit. Picking up this rust shade from the orange palette, I'm going to further blend the outer corner out. Picking up these three shades from the palette to create my own concoction, I'm just going to focus it on the outer corner and blend it out as I go. I'm using my finger to pick up this lovely pink shade. I'm using this liquid eyeshadow by Swiss Beauty. This is a really lovely champagne shade and I'm sure you've heard a lot about this product. I'm almost creating a cut crease with the tip of this liquid eyeshadow and using my finger to blend it in on the outer corner. I'm again picking up these two shades on the same fluffy brush and intensifying that orange. Another tip is to use the same pizza puff and blend the outer corner. Now I'm going to use the baked blusher and highlighter and pick up the two white and pink shades on the inner corner to highlight it. Following this up with a deep black kajal. I never use kajals, but this one is actually quite nice. It also comes with a sharpener. I then created a wing with this eyeliner pen. It has a very precise tip, but I can't do winged eyeliners on camera. Following it up with this Swiss Beauty Precision Mascara. It has a really straight, dense wand. I'm using the 2-in-1 lip liner and lip filler in the shade Natural Pink. More than a lip pencil, this is almost like a crayon because it applies so easily. I'm going to top this up with the Plump Up Wet Glosses by Swiss Beauty. I'm sure from the packaging you can tell that I've used this a lot. This is one of my favorite lip glosses of all time. It's non-sticky and it's so stunning. I evaluate the look, see if I need to add anything, and then finish it off with a setting spray. And we're done. Well, almost. I have these really pretty jhumkas that I think will go really well with any sort of Indian look. I'm a sucker for big oxidized jhumkas. Let me know what you think about this orange look. I think it's a very wearable look and will pair well with so many outfits. So this is the makeup look, you guys. I absolutely love so many products that I used for the first time in this video. If you liked this makeup look, please give this video a big thumbs up because that would mean the world to me. Bye bye.